Today on the Barrel Roll Newscast.
It is September 17th, 2016, and there has been many delays.
Yeah, and a lot of HD collections.
And I hope you didn't want to play PlayStation 4 Skyrim with Fallout and mod support.
And Steam reviews are getting a bit of a tweak.
Hey, we're back.
We are.
We're doing a thing.
We are. We're doing a thing
thing.
again.
Again? Yeah, periodically we like to do stuff. There's a new TV. Have you seen it?
It's so nice.
It's totally real.
It goes with our set, too, which
Totally,
is also totally
it's
real.
Totally real. Everything here is totally real.
And I have to remember to stare there.
Yes. It's okay. We'll put I'm telling you.
Yeah, we'll
put
get a smiley face.
Like a little smiley face or like a Pikachu or something like that or something. Yeah.
Anywho, welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast.
It's still September 17th.
It is still September 17th.
Is it already end of September? Wow.
Yeah,
right.
well, middle to end of September.
No, let's get in there.
We just had our first full week of
school. Yes.
So.
And I just work. I just work. I can't even. I don't know what I do half the time. I do. But
for those of you that don't know what this is, because it's been a while since we've actually done these on a regular basis.
This is our podcast.
This is us talking about games
and stuff.
And if you're listening to this, which hopefully we can get going,
I think it'll be easy.
When I say us, I mean me and Tony. So I'm Nick.
Yeah. I'm Tony, still.
And shall we?
Let's just get into it.
Let's start talking about news.
So I guess 2016 has been the year of delays.
Yeah.
And I hope you didn't want any games this year, or want any of the games this year, because none of the big ones are coming out. I mean, No Man's Sky came out, but that was also delayed.
That was delayed, and then there
was a reason why that one was delayed, but that triggered, not triggered, but it set forth everything else that was being delayed.
Well, yeah, because let's face it, No Man's Sky
it's
finally came out, and most people got their money back.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on with that game. I'm glad I didn't pay it. I was really this close to buying it.
Me too, because and again, it's that hype train.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, this could be something amazing.
And then...
Or not.
You watch the interviews.
Yeah, the ones leading up to the game.
Leading up to the game and all the stuff. They're like, yeah, it's going to do this, and it's going to do this, and it's going to do this. And
yeah,
you're going,
they just...
Cool.
Should have put a plug in him.
They really should have.
Oh, man. He said so many things. They showed so many things that were a possibility, and... one person found a planet with giant dinosaurs so far.
What was that guy's name who used to... Was it Activision or EA?
Oh, Bobby Kotick.
Thank you, Kotick. It's
Mr.
like him
Activision.
all over again.
He still works at Activision.
Well, they clearly don't let him speak anymore.
Which is all a good idea.
But that's where they should have gone with this guy, is just not let him talk anymore.
But you know what, though? He wanted to make something big,
yes.
And that's fine. But just, you don't really want to talk about it, because if it doesn't end up there, you can't you're overselling your product. You
are, especially, and I mean, a lot of companies have learned this one now, where you can talk about it and go, like someone asks, oh, is there going to be multiplayer? Well, am I going to be able to fly around with my friends? And it's yes. I would love to throw that in. At the moment, though,
that's not on our priority list, because Niantic does that all the time right now, where it's like, we want to put stuff in Pokemon Go, but we're gonna wait.
Sure, well, and I mean, Blizzard learned that one a long time ago, too, with Warcraft, where it's like, we're going to put this in the game!
Yeah, that burned them real quick.
Dance Studio.
Yeah, it's still not there,
It's still not in the game. And all of a sudden, it's like, game comes out, it's on the box.
Yeah.
And you're going, well, where's the Dance Studio? Oh, it's not in yet.
And I'm pretty sure if you look at the back of the No Man's Sky box, it looks nothing like the game actually should be looking.
Probably. So, yeah, it's all those interviews and all that stuff that finally just... Because, I was the same way. I'm like, oh, man, I'm so close to getting this because it looks so good.
Right. And for me, it came out around the same time Pokemon Go came out. And so my thought process was, can I play this outside? I can't. I'm just gonna go play Pokemon Go.
I can't go outside with this. Then why would I play it?
Among other games, obviously Zelda was delayed, as you might have already heard.
Yeah, and that's mostly, I think, to line up with the release of the NX.
It really is, and I think the rumored March 2017 is a little too far for anyone wanting it on the Wii U.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, Color Splash is coming out. The Mario Color Splash is coming out for this year. It looks cool. It looks cool.
So did Sticker Star.
I played about 3 hours of that, all right? I got my money's worth out of Sticker Star. But Zelda to March 2017, I think that's, a misstep in my mind. I mean...
But at the same time, they learned from the Wii U where it's like, oh, we're getting Mass Effect. But we're getting Mass Effect 3 months after it's out for every other system.
Yeah.
So for this, it's like, oh, it's getting Zelda 2. But if they release them both at the same time, at least, then it's people who are picking up an NX. You're not killing those sales. Mm-hmm. People who are like, hey, I don't have the money right now.
But then all the people, but the issues that everyone's heard about this issue with, then what do you want? Why should I get a Wii U?
Correct. Like, and that's the point.
You want to play Smash Brothers? You can play it on the 3DS. You want to play...
Yeah.
I think there's only like 3 or 4 big tentpole games on the Wii U that you need a Wii U for, like Splatoon. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which is a really good game. Still, I'm still slogging through, but it's really good.
There's
a handful. It's a handful of them, but it's not as big as the Wii was. Like it's.
Yeah, but the Wii had a lot of shovelware on it too.
The Wii U does have shovelware,
and it has shovelware. Just everybody stopped supporting it. So
right. I mean, Activision stopped, right?
Everybody stopped. Everybody's cutting their losses.
As soon as Activision stopped really developing for the Wii U, everyone's took a step back and said, I don't...
But I mean, Mario Maker was a big seller. Mario Kart was a big enough seller. Splatoon, like, Nintendo's done what they can, but they know at this point that it's like, hey, unless the NX comes out and it's a weird system, then
we know 2 things about the NX right now.
Yes.
It's a Nintendo console, and it has a Zelda game coming out for it. Literally, those are the only 2 things you know about it.
Well,
I don't even know if it has Amiibo support.
It better. For all the Amiibos that people are buying?
Yes, correct.
I don't care, because I have... maybe 10 Amiibos.
I have the ones that I care about.
And that's my thing.
I've got all the Pokemon ones. I'm good.
I got Sonic. I got Mario. I got Pac-Man.
I'm really glad they decided not to go the route of, hey, let's make one for every Pokemon.
Yes.
So that was a really good idea.
But I can see if they want to start doing it, the cards.
I could see the cards. Bring back the e-reader series.
Pretty much.
They should bring back... What they need to do is bring back the e-reader series. That's what that all really comes down to.
But yeah,
there's nothing about it.
I'm assuming Amiibo support, but
everyone assumes.
All this stuff with leaked, it's like, oh, it's going to do this, and it's going to be a portable thing with controllers. It might
not even have discs anymore.
Yeah, it might go back to cartridges like the 3DS, and I'm sitting there going,
what? That seems like too many steps backwards.
But the same thing happened when the Wii U was announced. Like when they didn't say anything about the Wii U, they're like, "Oh, here's our next Nintendo system."
Remember seeing that and wondering if it was a controller for the Wii? And we didn't understand what it was. And it's like, do you...
We could probably go back to those videos where we're like, is it a peripheral? Does it attach?
I need to buy a new console for this? There's a console. I see a console back there.
Or is it just...
Is it a gamepad? There's just the gamepad?
We just buy a gamepad and our Wii all of a sudden is like a superpowered beast?
That would have been much better. Looking back on it, that would have been much better.
Well, but they named it the Wii U. If they would have named it anything else, like if the NX comes out and it is the new Wii U.
The new Wii U.
The new Wii U. But yeah, so Zelda.
Zelda was delayed.
Yep.
Last Guardian, it's still coming out this year.
Yeah, sure it is.
Well, I'll believe it when I see it. It's like Gran Turismo, 4? Was that what the big Sony one?
I think so.
A couple years back. When I see it on shelves, like if I can go to a store, buy it, and take it out, and it's not just like filled with rocks.
Yep.
I will believe that, because that's supposed to be out. It was supposed to be out this month or something like that, but now it's not until December.
And maybe they're trying to hit holiday sales.
Yeah. It's same thing with Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 15 got delayed again. What is it with those 2 games, right? Like, Final Fantasy and Last Guardian, 2 of the biggest vaporwares.
When does the new PlayStation
Neo? Oh wait, PlayStation 4 Pro.
Sorry. Because if that comes out around the same time, then at least that's kind of...
It's probably... I think that's like November-ish, something like that.
But it's like pick up a Pro and
yeah, you
Last Guardian at the same time. Although,
Last Guardian and Final Fantasy 15 reasons to get
Although I don't think Last Guardian needs the Pro.
No.
Like, it's a game... That thing was supposed to be on the PS3, if I remember
Same
correctly.
thing with Final Fantasy.
Like,
same thing with Final Fantasy 13 versus 13. I lost track of that game. That has gone through so many revisions as well.
Yes.
And I feel like it is a little bit of pressure from Sony to hold back on some of those games before the Pro comes out. I mean, Call of Duty was like that too. I think they've been pretty overt in saying that Advanced Warfare, you should play it on the Pro. You should play, like, we're gonna release it after the Pro comes out, or at least during the window of that. I don't get it. I don't understand what... Kingdom Hearts got delayed as well. Not 3.
No, that 2.8?
The 2.8 prologue, which includes the 3DS title and 2 other things that I don't know. I'm actually kind of interested in it because, Kingdom Hearts is a very... It's good. So, I didn't quite like the 3DS version of Kingdom Hearts. It was good, but it wasn't...
And maybe after No Man's Sky and some of the other... our next topic thing with HD collections, where people are starting to complain about them and the content, maybe they're looking at that one going, okay, we took the 3DS game and we pretty much made it playable on a console.
Right, and I think
maybe we should...
Right, and so the 2.8 or Dream Drop Distance? I think that's
that was the
3DS one is the latest Kingdom Hearts game.
Yes.
Chronologically. Like, a small portion of people got to play that, and now... more people on PlayStation 4 will play it.
So I'm wondering, if they're just trying to make it...
Still not on the Xbox One, though. It's weird. It looks better. It looks better.
So maybe that's just what they're trying to do, because our next topic, HD collections.
Wow. When you don't have any new games to play...
Play old games.
Again.
See, and that's the exact reason I have Steam...
The PC is always going to be up to date.
Because PC, I can sit there and go, oh man, there's this game that came out ages and ages ago.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play it, and I can find it.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, I'm playing it.
And the best part is, if it doesn't run well on your current hardware, you can just tweak the executable.
Yeah, totally.
Make it run better.
And at the same point, a lot of times I can tweak the graphics within the game to actually make them look pretty good.
Right, you've got that options on the or not console, the PC.
So for me, HD collections is, I would like to see really old games, like stuff that was on the N64 and PlayStation 1.
Mm-hmm.
HD those. Bring them back. Give me a...
Well, Rare tried to do that for a little bit with that Rare collection.
They tried, yeah.
And they did okay. I mean, there's some of them still didn't last up to the standards. Like Blast Corp did not look good on the Xbox One.
Right.
I think Banjo games did pretty well. I think that was the reason to get those games, is the Banjo ones. But that Rare collection, it was generally well received, but some of the games did not make the transition.
And there was a lot of games in that collection, and the price point was good.
And the neat thing is, if you already own them as an XBLA game, it just made the transition even easier. Because I think it ended up being cheaper if you bought it digitally.
I think so.
Something awkward.
But that kind of HD collection, I'm okay with. Older stuff, I'm kind of okay with.
So let's just run down which HD collections are
some of them that we have.
The big one out this week was BioShock.
Yes.
And I think that one is worthwhile for an HD collection, because it's been a long time since the first BioShock. It's been like 10 years.
Oh, I know.
And so there are people that have never played the original BioShock and BioShock 2.
Yep.
Maybe not so much Infinite. Infinite's still a little bit...
Infinite's pretty
not fresh, but it's... If you wanted to buy it for cheap, you could.
Yeah.
But now you can play it on the Xbox One and PS4. Assassin's Creed, Ezio Collection.
So their most popular set of Assassin's Creed games, because that's when they actually sort of cared about character development and story development.
It's the Ezio Collection, right?
Yes,
so
it's
not
Ezio.
Even, so you don't get the first one.
No, so you don't get Altair,
which is a shame.
You get Assassin's Creed 2,
Brotherhood. The one that came after, and that was.
And then when I just stopped buying them because.
Yeah, because Brotherhood, if I remember correctly, was real good.
Brotherhood took Well, 2 was really good compared to 1.
2 was good too. 2 was good still.
Then they made enough improvements in
Brotherhood.
Whichever
and I can't remember which the third one was. It was
Revelations or something.
Oh,
like
yes,
that.
You're right. It was Revelations. And that was the one that they took a step back.
Well, they didn't even take a step. They didn't do anything.
Yeah.
They just made a new story.
That was around the time that Ubisoft wanted to make an annual Assassin's Creed
that's when
game.
it started that. So all of a sudden it's the story development kind of stopped, and they're like, oh, we added a tower defense mechanism.
Yeah, no one cared. What I liked about
and
Brotherhood...
the rest of the game was meh.
What I liked about Brotherhood was making the Brotherhood.
Correct.
Like, hiring people for my Assassin's.
But that's what I mean. It was story development.
Yeah. Reasons to play the game. But, you know, if you enjoyed Assassin's Creed, those 3, then... Or if you've never played them, I think is the better...
If you've never played them...
Then it's worth... I don't know how much these are being retailed for.
No, and that's the other point.
The BioShock one is a full-price game, but you get the 3 big BioShock games.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, that's... I think I'll wait for that to...
If I own a PC, I can
and that's
still.
Ken Levine actually went back and said for the PC version of the BioShock games, I don't think they're making it available for purchase.
No,
if you own it already, they're just gonna up-res it for you.
Yeah.
And then provide it as a free update. Infinite won't get that, but 1 and 2 will.
Because Infinite was already pretty, but 1 was still pretty on my computer, but.
Yeah.
But I can see for the consoles, especially with PlayStation and Xbox not going backwards compatible.
Well, yeah. Well, Xbox is
kind of, sort of.
It works.
But
works asterisks.
Yes, but I can see where these collections have their point. But then, yes, price is very important on these.
Batman, the Arkham
Collection,
which has its own unique issues already, but that's coming out. I think that got delayed, and it was delayed, but now it's coming out this holiday season.
Yes.
Holiday season. And Dead Rising, which I didn't even know had an HD collection. I didn't know that I needed to play that game. It came out on the Xbox 360, and I was a PlayStation person, so I never really played it. And so now that I have the option to play it on my PS4, I don't. You can actually go on the PlayStation Store and buy each one separately.
Yes.
So if you only wanted to play 1 or 2 or 2 off the record, you could buy them separately. I think it's cheaper that way.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty expensive.
I was going to say, for me, I don't know, like...
Again, you can play all of those on the PC. The Dead Rising games, I think, run better on the PC because of the way...
It's hardware.
Yeah, like, and the amount of zombies that you keep on the screen.
Yeah.
It's just better to have a hardware or better
more
GPU.
Powerful
and you know
machine.
Well, the PlayStation Pro, PlayStation 4 Pro, and the Xbox One S will fix that. But
and see, this is where I get into the PlayStation Pro and the Xbox whatever
Scorpio or
whatever they are. Is
they keep talking about teraflops and it makes no sense to me.
But I buy a console, so I do not have to buy upgrades.
I did the math. It was 3 years since the PlayStation 4 launched. Why are we getting a new hardware within less than 5 years? It should be a 10-year cycle.
That's why I buy a computer.
Oh, I'm totally...
If I want to update stuff on a constant basis, I will buy a PC, and it will run at the top specs for a day.
I would rather spend the money knowing that I can upgrade it myself.
Yeah.
Along the way. Because I've been looking at my computer hardware upgrades, and I want to get like a 980 now that the 10 series is out. And yeah, I won't be getting the top of the line. No. I know a 980 will run everything now and lower, and probably even for the future.
Yeah, you got time.
So I mean, like, that's how I want to see.
And again, you don't have to run every PC game at ultra settings, because even if you run them at medium, most of the time that's where the consoles are sitting.
And here's the biggest kicker for the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Scorpio and stuff like that. They say that you can play it in 4K.
Yeah.
But who actually owns a 4K TV?
5 people out there.
But like, there's no GPUs. Yeah, GPUs are limited to how well your display is. And if your display is only 720 or 1080p, there's no need to get those high resolutions. That's why I was looking at a 980 card as well. I'm like, my monitor will be at most 1080p. I'm never going to get a 4K computer for my computer, or
not for the next
screen for my computer.
Not for the next until 5K comes out.
I don't think I will ever. Yeah, exactly.
It's like me with...
I just bought a TV recently.
Excellent.
Well, not recently, but like it's the one that you've seen. Like,
yep.
I don't know if you've seen it, but like within the last 2 years, I bought a TV,
yeah.
and so it's like I don't need to refresh my TV as like a phone.
Well, it's even we went and bought a TV, and I had the hardest time because I don't need a smart TV.
You need a Chromecast.
I have a Chromecast, so I don't need the smart TV. All we could find were smart TVs. Because all the big, like,
you can't find
big production people that are who I want to buy TVs from, because let's face it, I don't want a, you know, Techico TV or something.
You don't.
If I don't recognize that little,
you don't want the generic Costco brand.
Yeah. If I don't find that, everything else we were looking at, like the Samsungs and the Panasonic, like everything, smart TV, and I'm going, can I just get a dumb TV? And then it's like, well, because it's smart, you don't need as many HDMI ports in the back.
I only need 3.
And I'm sitting there going...
You only need really 3.
Well, like, this TV has 4. That TV has 4.
You have 8 combined in your house.
But, like,
it's like...
for a Blu-ray player and a console, like, let's, you know, so that's a Wii U, plus my cable box, plus a Chromecast... Like, that's 4. So every smart TV, it's like, oh, there's like 2 HDMI cables in the back.
Yeah.
And I'm going, and they're like, well, you don't need it anymore because your Netflix is on there, and this is on there, and this is on there. And I'm like, I have other stuff to plug in.
My one PlayStation 4 does YouTube and Netflix. I mean, I still use my Chromecast, but just for simplicity's sake, the PlayStation's already on, so I just switch to the YouTube app and push a video from my phone there. It does most of the stuff already.
And, like, in certain rooms, it's cool. We could have the cable box and a Chromecast plugged in, and we're done. Because we don't have consoles in every room of my house, because I don't have that much money for consoles.
You don't need that much money you don't need to pay for that kind of stuff.
No, because I'm not moving a console around constantly. But for certain TVs in my house, I would like quite a few HDMI things. But, yeah, buying a 4K TV is far, far away.
Yeah, I don't see that being a need. Other HD collections that are coming out. I'm trying to think. There's probably another one that I'm missing.
All I know is Batman looks better on my PC already, and they're releasing... Are they releasing it on the PC?
Probably.
After Arkham Knight, I'm not sure if they are.
Oh, you think Warner Brothers is kind of stepping away from the PC?
They might be for a bit, just because Arkham Knight just...
I thought something came out at the same time as Arkham Knight, and it was actually decent from Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah, they can make decent games. They did something in Arkham Knight that completely obliterated something.
Well, that's because they outsourced it. Right. Rocksteady outsourced it, that's why.
So.
But yeah, like, there's no sense in buying HD collections unless you literally haven't played any of these games in any of the collections, or... And
you can't get them cheap on Steam.
Yeah. Like, the one that I'm personally looking at is the BioShock one. Right. But I'm not willing to pay $80. We're in Canada. I'm not willing to pay $80, which is your guys' in American is like what, $60,
60, 70, whatever they are at now.
I don't want to pay that a full price for BioShock. I want to play it again. Don't get me wrong. I really loved it, but I don't want to play it just for that.
And then buy a PC and buy it for $10 when it goes on a Steam sale.
I think I might even already own it.
You probably do.
I don't know these things half the time.
So
HD collections are still a thing. What?
And again, unless you're really up-resing something.
Well, if you're gonna do an HD collection, you might as well just do an HD
remake. Remake, yeah.
I mean, the one that everyone really talks about is Metal Gear Solid, right?
Right.
That was one of the best HD.
Because they literally went through and
they redid the whole game.
Yep.
And that's a really good.
And even the Resident Evil ones from ages ago, but on the GameCube ages ago, that was gorgeous.
Yeah. So you can do a good HD remaster.
And that was the GameCube, but that like 100 years ago now.
The Wind Waker on the Wii U was really good compared to the GameCube version.
Well, then they came out with the Twilight Princess one, and I'm looking at
that's a little less
because they didn't spend as much time.
Yeah, that's a little less noticeable. Yeah. And the Wii already it was okay.
I like the Skyward Sword. I think visually was
Skyward Sword's really good.
I keep looking at it to buy it on my Virtual Console, but
you have it.
I have it.
You have it.
So
just put it in.
Then I have to get it.
And you know what? It'll be the last Zelda game you put in your Wii U anyways.
Unless I can find Twilight Princess cheap.
You just download it. That one you can.
But then I don't get a wolf amiibo.
Oh, you can still find those.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm waiting for someone to put them on like sale just to clear out the box. So either who.
Yeah, moving on.
Still talking about the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, Sony's getting. They're doing some huge missteps, in my opinion.
This one,
it's okay. So, Fallout 4 on Skyrim, on Xbox One, the console remasters versions, you can do mods.
Yep.
Provided by Bethesda, you can send them. You can, I think, you upload them to their server, and then they cook them, and then they send them back down.
Yeah, it's not like the PC, but
no, it's similar but not the same.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4 versions were supposed to have a similar feature where you can play user-generated mods. However, Sony has come out and said, or not Sony, Bethesda has been told by Sony they don't want mods on their PlayStation 4, on their versions of Skyrim and Fallout 4, which I don't know if that's a bad thing or good thing. It's this weird thing, because if you think about the history that Sony's had with user mods, they released Unreal Tournament 3. I think that was even exclusive. The mod system was exclusive to the PlayStation 3 version. Because I remember playing my copy of Unreal Tournament 3 looking like Master Chief. And it was the dumbest thing ever. And I was like, yeah, whatever. This is a mod on a PlayStation 3. That is cool, weird, and I just did that. But now, I guess something has changed in their policies or whatever.
I'm not sure if it's... Because I know homebrew stuff likes to sneak in on mods.
But that never was a huge issue. Oh, it was a huge issue on the PS3. Now that I remember that, it was a big issue. But it hasn't been an issue on the Xbox One yet.
Not that we know of. Not that Xbox really cares.
No.
And again, that's my biggest piece is, do you really care? Because burning these games and finding it's such a pain in the butt, and you don't lose money off of that.
Mm-hmm. It's literally cheaper with your time to just buy the game. And you know what? Fallout 4 has been out for how long on the PS4? I think I can physically buy it for $30.
Yeah. Like
as a disc. And so...
And for me, mods aren't a huge deal.
Again, PCs. If you're playing on the PC...
Because I do.
This is all, white noise at this point.
And I can get tons of mods on the PC because it's in the Steam workshop.
And it's easier. It's
totally,
easier
I hit
on
a
Xbox
button.
One.
Yeah.
It's easier. I remember playing Skyrim on my PC and just putting in the HD pack.
Yeah.
Was sanctioned by Bethesda.
And I like some of those mods, but other some of them you sit there going, I don't need, this skybox or this, to happen or this to happen. It's just kind of it can.
You know what I suspect is because. What is it? Fallout 4, their mod support for the Xbox One rolled out earlier in this summer. And one of the options when you're installing the mods is that says it may not run very well on your console if you've got stuff on there. Right. And so I think Sony's kind of afraid of that tarnishing what the PlayStation 4 can do. And obviously the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah. Well, and some people don't understand. Yeah, mods is the more mods you add,
you're modifying the game. Freaky stuff is gonna happen.
The slower your game might go,
or things might not run quite so. This person might fly. When he's not supposed to.
Well, it's even I play City Skylines, which is huge for mods because you can build your own buildings and all that jazz. The game
is basically a giant mod.
It can be, and people just sit there and it's well, I have the traffic mod and I have the mod that gives me a little Italy pack, and I have a mod that does this and I have a mod that does that. You look at their mod list and it's huge, and they go, but the game's kind of chuggy.
Well, that's because it's no longer the game. You've added more mods to the game than there is the game.
And I play that game, and you're just because I can play that game with my Steam controller, and I have no mods on there, and it's just
And so I think that's what Sony is
probably
kind of identifying is we don't want our hardware to buckle underneath everyone just installing all the mods. And I'm sure some video out there for the Xbox One version of Fallout 4 and Skyrim is that out yet? Another HD remaster. Someone making a video of the Fallout 4 Xbox One installing all the mods and seeing how far the Xbox One can go. We should find that sometime. I'm sure someone's
probably done it.
So I hope you didn't want mods on your PlayStation 4
I hope
version
you
of
didn't
Bethesda games.
I hope that wasn't one of those promises that came out before and all of a sudden now is nope.
They did subtly promise it.
But I think it was more of a they were going to work on it for consoles.
They promised it for the Xbox One.
Yeah. I never heard much for PlayStation.
They said they were going to. Yeah. Or I think the correct phrase was it was a timed exclusivity for the mods. And so everyone took that into saying, oh, the PlayStation 4 is going to have it. Yeah. And so maybe a little bit different.
Again,
just get the PC version.
I like consoles, but yeah.
Just get the PC version.
There are certain games that are just, and when Bethesda makes a game,
it's gonna be broken. You can't expect the game.
One, it's gonna be busted. Two, the PC is the place to play all Bethesda games. Yes. Because they love PC. Mm-hmm. So, and then speaking of PCs.
Yeah, we're going to PC stuff.
Steam.
Yes.
I read this the other day and I'm going, reviews given by people who have gotten the game through a activation key as opposed to buying the game off Steam. Apparently, your review and your thumbs up, thumbs down, negative score will no longer be tallied into the overall scoring system. And the reason most people have figured out is that game companies can obviously give away their game.
Yeah.
They can give away keys. And what they have found is a lot of really bad games.
Some sleazy games.
Yeah, we'll go, hey, we'll give you our game. Give us a good rating.
And that has been an age-long, I guess, fight on phone games, too, on mobile games, because that happens all the time. It's like, oh, this little small indie developer will send you a key for their free-to-play game or whatever. Or not free-to-play, but here's some coins for in-game game. To see what it is like. And give us a review on the App Store. Positive review. All those pop-ups that say, you want to review us? I always say, don't bother me again.
Yeah.
Unless I actually want to give you a...
That's my thing. If it's a good game...
I will give you my own review.
If it's a good game, I will review it. If it's a really bad game, I will also review it.
I'm definitely reviewing it. I'm definitely...
If it's a game where I've tried for 5 seconds and they're like, review it, and I'm going... I'm not even in the meat and potatoes of whatever this game is yet. Leave me alone.
I mean, Adventure Capitalist, I don't think they ask you until...
once you're into the... Yeah, you have to be into the game.
Yeah, I think you might have to do a restart once and then they'll ask you.
And for me, I played that game for a really long time.
I'm just getting into it now. I don't know why.
And again, I don't know why I like that game.
I still don't know why. I like watching the numbers rise.
I feel like I'm getting richer by the moment.
And then you just reset.
But the problem for me with activation keys is I buy a lot of stuff off Humble Bundle or the Humble Store.
Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be a bulk of where the keys come from, right?
Oh, in my mind, that's where I think a lot of the keys come from. Mm-hmm. So now if I'm getting my games off there, I'm buying my games for almost the same price as I can get them on Steam, but I'm giving money to charity at the same time, which makes me feel better about it.
You think that they should have a separate key algorithm or whatever for the reviews, or some way to aggregate it to identify this one came from Humble Bundle, included in the scores,
or start looking at how many reviews a person's actually done. Mm-hmm. If a person's going to review a ton of stuff, and
wait your reviews if you're going to do that. This person's only reviewed 3 games, or as opposed to this person has played 500 games.
Yeah, this person has
and reviewed most of them, or big tentpole ones.
Yeah.
Weight them a little bit.
This person actually has reviewed so many games, da-da-da-da-da-da. Sure, and create a weighting system as opposed to this person just created an account, only has this one game.
That individual probably only made an account to buy a game off Humble Bundle.
Or they have been given a key and it's I can only have one game per account, so you've created 20 accounts to give yourself thumbs up.
What they could do is make key activations locked to certain accounts, because I know reviewers have their own personal accounts that they use, and then ones that they use for their office. Yeah. And so this key can only be redeemed on these approved Steam accounts for reviews. Something like that.
But I don't know. It's a weird little system that kind of, in my mind, I get a lot of games off Humble Bundle now, and truth be told, I don't review a ton of games on Steam. Mm-hmm. But if I were to start, I don't even know what games are...
Right, because you're watching... The reviews are from people who've paid money directly to Steam. Maybe this is their way of wanting more revenue to them.
Maybe.
So, I don't know how much of a cut they get from things like Humble Bundle, or even if they get anything at all, right? Because... I don't know. With Humble Bundle, they get the keys from the developers, Humble.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. I'm like, I don't quite know how all that stuff works, but for me, I'm going, okay. Because I'm going to start reviewing games at some point on there. And it's not like Steam goes, you didn't actually buy this game on Steam.
Yeah, it's a hidden value in the background, isn't it?
Somewhere deep inside, yeah.
It's a code that says, user purchased on Steam 0 or 1.
Yeah.
0, then it doesn't.
So, I don't know. And for the first time, I think in a long time, we have, like, no movie news.
I watched Sausage Party.
Not what we watched, but actual,
nothing.
News.
Well, I mean, because the summer's over, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing. Like, Civil War came out. Batman v Superman, did that come out this year? Yes. Suicide Squad at least came
out. They both of them did.
And people have talked about them ad nauseum. We don't need to,
Well, and again, it's not really news. Like, there's nothing. No. It's not like
Tom Holland posted a picture of himself on set at Spider-Man, and it looked awfully a lot like the Avengers facility.
And it
probably will, right? So it's like that's not even news. It's
so
it's thin for movies.
So this is we actually have
TV shows is coming back actually. So
yes, TV is coming. So in the next week,
maybe
or so, we'll have
stuff.
Maybe some other stuff other than gaming stuff, but we're actually on a regular schedule now.
Yeah,
Fridays, Saturdays. So, that's our first newscast of 2016.
As 2016 winds up, we should do Game of the Year next.
And I was looking back on our YouTube channel, and I'm going, "Holy cow! It's been forever since we've actually been on a schedule uploading." Mm-hmm. So, we're back.
Yeah, we're doing
and we're much fancier now.
It's a wall.
One day, this screen will actually do something.
Coming soon. We should have put a coming soon on that too.
This will do.
Delayed until 2017.
Just a progress bar.
It just doesn't fill up. It doesn't fill.
But yeah, and we can, I guess, just
roll into what it is we have been doing.
Well, we'll stop the stream and we'll restart it so that it's 2 separate videos, and this isn't an 8-hour long us rambling.
Well, I think we've been on for 37.
That's not bad. That's a pretty good newscast. But we can sit there and do it like, hey, if you like this, and you want to see more, come see us more. Come see us more for one thing, and also check out our Patreon page.
We have goals that are very attainable.
We do. So if you very attainable,
very realistic.
So if you guys go to barrelrollnews.com, we definitely have a link that says, "Hey, support us." Right at the top of our page. If you click that, you know what? To us, who make
this we just do this for fun.
We do, but even 2 cents could help us get.
Can you actually donate 2 cents?
I don't know.
Between the fees from Patreon, I think you get like 1 penny.
Yeah, we'd get nothing, because we're in Canada, so pennies don't even count, right?
Well, that's a penny.
Pennies. So either way, if you like what you're seeing here and you want to see more,
decide to give us some money.
Hey,
Patreon is the thing.
So www.barrelrollnews.com.
See you when.